We got companies with trillions of dollars invested. We got the deep state, Sasquatch, the Illuminati. Everybody's funding these companies, these data centers. They got trillions of dollars. Hello, friend. Do you want to escape the token tax? Do you want to know how open models are rewriting the economics of AI? Come on. I know you're hooked on Claude. Don't lie. You just love those tasty little token morsels, don't you? Just a little token here, a little token there, a little Claude here, a little Copilot there. You think you're going to become the next Neo inside the Matrix, don't you? Well, all the rage the last few days has been the whole pricing, change, Copilot, Claude, whatever, people doing the old bait and switch. We didn't see that coming, did we? All of a sudden, instead of paying $20 to prompt Claude all the way to glory, now you actually got to pay for them. Tokens, that is. What we've come to is that the era of heavily subsidized flat rate AI pricing has ended as both GitHub Copilot and Anthropic transition to token-based and usage billing. Surprise, surprise. Users are facing significant bills of what's going to happen. Luckily, open source has come to save us all, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. I've been hearing the little chitter chatter here and there, videos here and there about open models, small models, just getting away from the token lords and doing it yourself, get rid of Claude and go free range yourself. No token overlords looking down your neck, breathing down your neck, just, ripping it. Open source, man. Why would you want to do this? Well, obviously cost and then risk, security, the future, good judgment, privacy, freedom, baby. Come on. Sure, obviously we can reduce token usage by, better context, better at prompting. Tools like Caveman can supposedly reduce. I use Caveman, helps reduce token usage. You can go take a look at that Claude MD file, kind of whittle it down a little bit. What I want to talk about today is breaking free from the token prison. Can we actually use open source tools like OpenCode and other small language models together to actually replace something like Claude Code, Anthropic, Copilot on your local machine? Can the average dev do this? Will it actually work? You hear people talking about it. Is it true? Is it not? It's hard to know what's clickbait, what's not. I went ahead and tried it out for reals. Now, I'm not an expert by any means, just the average engineer playing around. I just wanted to see if the average engineer playing around, maybe I'm sub-average, I don't know. Can I figure this out? Can I get rid of Claude Code and just use other open source tools and not pay for the token tax anymore? So I approach this with two different mindsets. First, we have our local agentic workspace that you're working in. It probably consists of some agentic coding tool, whether it's Claude Code or Copilot. And then, of course, we have the LLM model behind there, whether you know it or not, probably in the cloud behind an API somewhere, and that's where the token tax comes in. So basically, we have to solve the problem. Can we replace both these things? Can we replace the agentic coding tool, the harness like Claude Code, with something like OpenCode, which we'll try? And then what about the model, though? Even though if we have a new harness like OpenCode that's open source and free, all that kind of stuff, still, we have to find some way to use a local model that's free on our machine and actually works and runs and solves a coding problem. Otherwise, what's the point? So I decided to pick the cream of the crop, OpenCode. If you haven't heard about it, it's the open source AI coding agent of the gods. Basically, you can connect any model to it, actually. So technically, you could use OpenCode in place of, say, Claude Code and hook it up to an Anthropic API or, Copilot or OpenAI for that matter. So it's interesting. It's easy to install. If you can just run a little command like this, bing, bang, boom, you will have OpenCode. And it's actually nicer. Personally, I think it's even nicer than Claude Code. I think it's great. Has a lot of features, even looks better, man. You'll probably be like me and wondering why you didn't do this a year ago. You should do it. But again, this is deceptive. This is only half the battle up front. If somebody just comes along and writes a post, makes a video and says, use OpenCode, man. You can just get rid of your tokens, whatever. You can just be free and run in the hills, watch your goats and write with OpenCode. That's sort of true and sort of not. You've only solved half the problem here. This is just the harness. OpenCode itself on the terminal or UI, it doesn't actually solve the model problem, which is the harder problem to solve. Sure, you have this harness that's open source and free, but what model are we going to use with it? If we are going to try to break free from our token addictions, and you are addicted, then we need to find a small, runnable local model to wire into OpenCode. Enter something called the small language models. I'm not talking about LLMs. I'm talking about SLM, a small language model that'll fit on your machine and run. You can't use those LLMs, man. We got companies with trillions of dollars invested. We got the deep state, Sasquatch, the Illuminati. Everybody's funding these companies, these data centers. They got trillions of dollars. Can we actually match these big models in the cloud? Can we find a small language model that is good at code and is responsive? Let's find out. Now, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, just go ahead and Google small language model for local source, open source, whatever, use on my machine, and you'll just go down a rabbit hole like I did. There's all sorts of Reddit crap and videos and marketing crap out there. It's kind of hard. What you'll find is that there's a lot of small models out there that supposedly people are using locally, but that it's just not clear what's the best, what should we use for which. I don't know. There's just a lot of crap out there. Go look yourself. It's hard to know what the truth is. Now, I personally, after pickling around, I decided on 2 different models to try. Well, I actually started out with CodeGemma. These are open source models from Google, Gemini, right? They call them CodeGemma. They're open source. They even have some that are fine-tuned specifically for coding problems. So I thought, hey, man, why not try that? Google. Don't do evil, Google. Maybe they did us a right here, did us a solid. Specifically, I first tried out CodeGemma 7B model. And also, one thing you'll need to know that most people won't tell you is you'll probably need Ollama installed on your machine. What is Ollama? I don't know. Go Google it. It's a great way, a command line tool you can install on pretty much any platform, open source. And it basically, through Ollama, you can easily download any model and serve that model at a local API, like localhost, some port. Basically, Ollama will download whatever model you tell it to, and then it'll serve up that model for you. So then, it basically serves that model file on, an API endpoint, usually using the OpenAI spec, and then you can go ahead and hook that into OpenCode. And now you have the complete harness, right? You have OpenCode, which is your agentic tool, and now using Ollama, you can download a small language model and serve it, connect the two, and now you've basically got a replacement for Claude Code or GitHub Copilot. So if you've got Ollama installed, it's pretty easy to install. All you have to say is Ollama run CodeGemma, for example, and it'll go ahead and download those models locally, like you see here. Once you have those little buggers downloaded, you can write Ollama list, and you actually see the different models you have downloaded, what options you have there for Ollama. And then you would typically say Ollama run model, and it'll go ahead and run that model and serve it localhost, whatever that small language model is. And then, unfortunately, the next thing you're going to have to do, you milquetoast programmers, use a little Vim. Sorry. Maybe you could use a text editor. Anyways, to basically configure your OpenCode installation to use this said model that you are running and downloaded with Ollama, whether in my case it was CodeGemma to start, you just need a little configuration here, a little .config, opencode.json. You go ahead and put your model stuff in here. How do you get this information? Just Google it. Just ask the AI. It'll kind of tell you what this basically should look like based on what small model you're trying to run, where it gets served at via Ollama. Here you can see I'm asking for CodeGemma 7B, and that's running on localhost right there. Next, if we just go in the terminal and we have OpenCode installed, you can just type OpenCode like here. It'll pop open. You can type /model. It actually pops up here, all the different models you want to use. You can, of course, connect it to, Anthropic's different stuff in the cloud, but of course, you can also now connect it to CodeGemma that we have installed and are serving locally with Ollama. There it is in the list. We can go ahead and say, hey, finish this setup OpenCode with CodeGemma, let's roll. Anyways, I want to take a little sidebar. I just said, hey, I actually want to solve a problem here, see if this works. I went ahead and got the open source Divi bike trip CSV file, and I just say, hey, let's try to write a data engineering package. Just have this, basically whatever model I'm going to try, the small language model with OpenCode, just a simple data engineering thing. Can you make a pipeline in Python that uses DuckDB just to read the simple CSV file, basically do some aggregation, write the results out? Should be super simple. Basically what happened when I tried to run this the first time is it didn't work. It said, hey, I can't do this, man. CodeGemma 7B does not support tools, meaning some of these small language models that everybody else said to use, and maybe I screwed it up. I don't know. Basically, I tried to wire it up to OpenCode. It's like, hey, no, these models, these small language models that you're going to use, they have to support tools. Like when you download the model, it has to have basically an API with it that says, do these things. It needs to have an API in front that can integrate with tools like OpenCode. And apparently, without piddling around with OpenGemma, it just doesn't come out of the box like that. Whatever, I don't know. It didn't work. So back to the drawing board. Basically, one of the next small language models that pops up everywhere in like the Reddit threads, everything else that people are saying, hey, I use this locally and it's great, is Qwen. apparently Qwen is great. So apparently there's another Qwen code 7b instruct again, similar to CodeGemma, but apparently it just works better. So I went ahead and got that little thing. Ollama pull that model, easy enough. It pulls that down. Of course, then all I had to do is serve it, run it with Ollama, run that model, and then go ahead and go back to the config file, update it, say, hey, use Qwen 2.5 coder 7b instead of the previous CodeGemma one that sucked. And of course, start OpenCode again, do the whole model thing, and select Qwen instead of that stupid Ollama. And this is what I told it to do once it got actually hooked up and working. I was like, hey, make me a Python file that uses DuckDB to read a CSV file, this CSV file, and count the number of trips per day and write the results to another CSV file. So count the column write ID and group it by start date, cast to a date, write that up. Can you do that for me? And then I went and had supper. And I came back from supper and it was still running 30 minutes later. So, and by the way, I was just running on a MacBook with 24 gigabytes of RAM. And of course, honestly, the result when it finished 33 minutes later, here was the thing. It didn't actually write out the Python file. I don't know. Its tool calling ability is quite not there with OpenCode, or I didn't Qwen. I don't know what the deal is. Apparently, you'd have to kind of tweak this a little bit. It actually solved the problem. It tried to solve the problem, right? But it didn't make a Python file. It kind of was trying to. If you read the results, it's like it didn't quite have the tool necessary, quote unquote, to actually write that Python file. It just kind of like printed it to the screen, which is like, okay, whatever. I'm a coder. I can just take that Python that you gave me and let's see how good it is. Here was basically the Python that Qwen put out locally on machine. Took 33 minutes to write this thing. That's a problem. Anyways, it was a little bit off. It didn't quite work. They had a couple problems. Number one, it kind of missed the quotes and the ticks up. So I kind of had to put quotes around the whole thing. It kind of screwed that up. It had two ticks next to each other. It should have had, the file name and ticks and the whole query in quotes. It kind of screwed that up. And then again, it kind of screwed up the way it referenced columns. You need to have some brackets in there. It didn't put the brackets in when referencing a column inside a data frame for DuckDB. It was a little weird. Anyways, that was easy enough though, right? I came close. As soon as I fixed those things, the code looked like this. And guess what? It ran. I tried it. So, it solved the problem, sort of. Is it a Claude code? No. Is it GitHub? No, it's not that good. Clearly, it's going to take a little bit of work to get this working. But I guess if you really want to break free from the token tax, is it possible? Yes. Is it as easy as everyone says? I don't know. On the first try, no. First, you got to figure out what small language model to use. I found one that finally worked. OpenCode is sweet. I can say that. Ollama, easy to pull small language models. OpenCode made it super easy to hook up those models and test it, but the performance was horrible. Did I do something wrong? I don't know. It wouldn't use any of my GPU, and I was checking it just using the CPU, which explains why it took 33 minutes to write a Python file. Again, the whole idea of agentic coding is you tell it to do something, you leave, you go do something else more important, come back, and it's done. I guess my point is that it's going to take a little bit more of what we call in the Midwest that gumption to get the token tax out of your life. If you want to run, I guess, a small language model that actually performs decently well, apparently you're going to have to work at it a little bit. I wasn't exactly sure. Maybe I'll return to this, do a part 2 and see if I can get, can it write a line of code in a minute or two instead of 33 minutes? I mean, I don't know. That would be kind of nice. I can see how this would be attractive if it actually performed well. At the end of the day, I don't even know if it's worth it, right? Maybe we just pay the token tax to GitHub or to whoever, Anthropic, like they need the money, those poor people. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Clearly, it's possible. OpenCode is great. It looks like there's plenty of small language models out there. It came close to doing an okay job. I mean, if it would have written that file, within a minute or two or less, and then maybe I could have told it to write a test and it would have found its own bugs and fixed it. It just seems like, clearly there's been a lot of work put into tools like Copilot, Claude Code, just the tooling, the setup. I mean, it's pretty slick. It works pretty well. The whole setting it up yourself, I guess it just takes a little more work to get it to work. It kind of worked. Yeah, I mean, I generated some code with no token cost, so that's cool. It kind of sucks. It's slow and it didn't do the best job in the world. Can you solve those problems? Maybe. I don't know. Do you have to throw more hardware at it? Figs I don't know about? Maybe. But again, if we want it to work well, I guess you would want it to work well on just a MacBook like I have on an average dev. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Let me know what you think. You want to break free of the token tax? Have you tried it yet? I have.